Yes, the current hot topic everybody's talking about who will direct the Rajini Kamal project that's being produced by Raj Kamal Films International RKFI with Red Giant Productions, because Rajini himself stated they are the producers, and he said that they're still looking for the right character, story, as well as director. Very interesting, don't you think? Because the rumor mill kept saying that Lokesh Kanagaraj is all but guaranteed to be the director, and Lokesh himself talked about telling the story of two aging gangsters confronting each other some time back to both these stars. Of course, we would think of Hollywood films like Heat, Face Off, and so on, which has two strong male protagonists going at each other. So this is what was being bandied about. Now, what's interesting in Rajini's word is that what I find actually very, very interesting about Rajini is that after going through so much experience in life, running here, running there, he has become like this. How to say? I can't say Yoda, but he's become like if you follow Hindu mythology, we call them Narada, somebody who goes and creates a kind of a trouble or a problem, or creates chaos, but with the aim of and ultimately achieving the goal of happiness or good outcome for everybody after a period of trials. You saw what Rajini did when he went to the state of Andhra Pradesh, with Chandra Babu at that time being the opposition leader, created a ruckus there, and then the election results came out in favor of Rajini's, the person Rajini supported. He went to the political party DMK's meeting, whereby he created a ruckus there with the senior ministers there versus the leader Stalin. And in such ways, if you look at his the way he talked in the past when he was younger, very respectfully and very motivational. In these 2-3 years, you can see his conversation becoming more sarcastic, more casual, more joking, and so on. And the sarcastic jokes actually is like him being a teacher. He tells director Nelson that he should be punctual, the way he asks for a good coffee and certain things like that. But he recognized that Nelson is a good director, and the movie Coolie was very telling, because he specifically talked about all the weaknesses he saw in Lokesh Kanagaraj: slowness in preparing a story, lack of care in shooting the climax portion where Rajini was hesitant about his dialogue delivery, even in those sentiment things that Hollywood is famous for, putting the first scene of a death as a first scene, and so on and so forth. And interestingly enough, although Rajini himself gave this dialogue, நல்லவனா இரு ஆனா ரொம்ப நல்லவனா இருக்காது, which means that be good but don't be too good, I believe in the movie Petta. He himself sometimes a victim of being too nice a guy. He forgave senior actress Manorama when she was very critical of him because of some good things she did in the past. And in this way, even people who attacked him either in a funny way or in a serious way, like director Pradeep Rangana, then made fun of his indecision about politics in the time travel movie. So he took it in a fun way, which is good, which everybody welcomes. But sometimes he can be a bit too diplomatic, too this one trying to make everybody happy and so on. But I think he's sort of going away from that. Now he's trying to be more himself and more critical of the young ones. So why did Rajini? So I wouldn't take Rajini's word as accidentally spoken or wrongly spoken. What his words are very measured, very planned, and he very clearly knows the outcome of those words, and it does eventually have the intended effect. As I mentioned earlier, I repeat it again very briefly: his journey to Andhra politics, his journey into DMK, and also his audio launch speeches, especially even the Eagle Crow one, which creates a lot of drama with Vijay. I think he was trying to warn Vijay not to, how to say, be too arrogant. I think that's what he's trying to reach by poking Vijay a bit with that word crow. He's a teacher, that's why you should look at him as a teacher rather than getting angry with him. So what he's doing now is sending a warning signal to Lokesh. I think they all pretty much finalized everything, but the way Kohli did, the way Lokesh was communicating, the way Lokesh spoke even after the film, maybe he uttered it wrong way, but he said, so after I contribute so much to the film industry, that is for somebody who's about 10 years old in the film industry. So Rajini is, I think, very, very concerned about the current generation of Hollywood directors who seem to be too casual, taking things too much for granted, very much relying on others, for example, music directors and stunt directors to carry a film, relying on old hits in the 80s and 90s of Raja and so on. So where is these people's skills? Have they become so weak? And you look at the hard work put in directors like S. Rajamouli in Andhra, Prashanth Neel and so on. So of course Rajini will feel disappointed with what these youngsters are putting out. So Lokesh might have been quite overconfident in the fact that he would think that who else can direct Rajini and Kamal except for me. Why? Because number one, I'm a hardcore Kamal fan. Number two, I got good support from Kamal Hassan himself and Shruti Hassan. And three, I have directed Rajini also with Cooley. So with all these things under my belt, who else could be the one, right? And so maybe that sort of carried through in his discussions with the others in the making of the film. Rajini is in a bit of a catch-22 situation. If he rejected the previous attempt by Kamal to produce and Lokesh to direct was because the rumor is that the co-producer Kamal brought in that time was not somebody Rajini was interested in, and he said, I'm willing to allow Kamal to make money, is my friend, but not the other person. Okay, so I think Kamal did some modifications now. Of course, Vikram happened at that time. After that project failed, and Rajini would have regretted not teaming up with Lokesh at that time. And if they had done the film then, maybe the result that Rajini film would have been quite different in terms of quality and output. But anyway, past is past. Rajini now, Kamal now is coming back with a new proposal of RKFI plus Red Giant plus Kamal and Rajini. The concern now is that if Rajini walks into this project, remember this project is by two people who are very much in one camp. That means Lokesh is in a Kamal camp and Kamal obviously is in Kamal's camp. And Kamal, after two huge failures in what you call it, Thug Life and Indian 2, has literally no other producers who probably want to back him right now. So to push back his market up, he needs something. As for Rajini, for him joining this Kamal Lokesh project, what does he really have to gain, right? He has Nelson's Jailer 2 coming up, and he can go in his own way as he has before with other interesting directors and projects. What is the reason for him to join in this group? Especially when we saw Cooley, it seemed like very much centered on Shruti Hassan. She was like a central character around which everybody is running around. If you really look at the story, it seems like Lokesh is focused on that. And Lokesh has outright said he's a Kamal fan. So the question is, what justice can be done to Rajini in by a director who is out and out a Kamal fan, and Kamal being in the movie? So what happens to Rajini? What's the incentive or reason for Rajini to get involved in this project, right? So this has opened up a Pandora's box now with a lot of names being thrown about. I'm thinking of talking about all the directors that are being mentioned and who might be the front runner in another video soon. Lokesh, I think it's time to relook at everything. Apparently the Kaidi 2 became slowed down because Lokesh demanded higher salary. That's normal in Hollywood. I'm okay with higher salary, there's no issue, but the issue is the quality of the writing, quality of the output. Even during Leo's shooting, if you saw one of Lokesh or his, I think, co-director, I think their interview, they mentioned that the production company paid them a lot of money to go to a hotel to have a discussion, but he said that if they finished the discussion in the car itself and they were chilling in the hotel pool, swimming and having fun. So it shines through in the film, in the story. You see, in Leo we had all these Narabali, what the killing of the sacrificing the child and all, very loose script, not tight, and all these things were there. And same thing, there was a question. See, if you see the movie Cooley, they went apparently to Thailand for a good number of days, shot day and night with about hundreds of crew and cast. I'm sure the producer Sun Pictures had to pay a lot of money for that. But if you watch the film Cooley, where is Thailand? Do we really see it? If they go to a port in Thailand and just shoot in a container disco area there, what's the point? So it's a waste. So Loki, rethink yourself.